Welcome back to BeTerrific's continuing coverage of CE Week 2016, live from New York City at the Metropolitan Pavilion. And I am super excited. If you guys tuned in Las Vegas when we were on InfoComm, one thing I love is talking to people who make products that I already use. So when I looked at the interview schedule and it said Securifi, I said, Securifi? I know them because I have an Almond in my house. I remember it was a couple of years back, I was sitting on Amazon and I needed a Wi-Fi extender. I had my router coming into my basement, and then 2 floors up, I got no internet, and what came up as one of the top rated products? It was the version 1 of the Almond. I bought it, been using it ever since and loved it. We're here with Ram from Securifi, and you just told me you're on generation 3 of the Almond. So first of all, for our viewers who might not know who you guys are and what you guys do, what is an Almond? Usually people eat it as a snack. What is an Almond?
Yeah, that's a good question. So Almond, the one that you've been using, is our first generation product, and the goal of Almond was to simplify router setup, and that was released in 2012. And the interesting thing is routers have been around for over a decade by then already, but they're still very difficult to set up. Most consumers were intimidated by it, and we thought just by having a screen, it would take that intimidation factor away and make them simple to set up. And we did that, obviously, because that's why you bought it, because customers loved it, and it very quickly became really popular on Amazon with very high number of reviews and good review ratings.
Now, were you originally crowdfunded?
That's also a good question. So, most companies, actually hardware companies, typically take their first product on Kickstarter or Indiegogo. We did not do the first product on Kickstarter. Almond was just launched on Amazon when it was ready, but we launched our second product, Almond Plus, on Kickstarter. By then, we already had a successful product in the market, but Almond Plus was when we brought out this idea that Smart Home Hub should be integrated into a router itself, and that went on Kickstarter, and we had about 7,500 backers with $850,000.
That's amazing.
In the campaign.
You're here showing off the new Almond 3, which, the form factor hasn't changed much, but what's inside has. What does this product do?
Yeah, so this is our third generation of smart Almond routers. So the first gen had the touchscreen setup, second gen had the Smart Home Hub integrated into the router, and with third gen, we're doing a bunch of things that are new. It looks the same, but there's a lot of new stuff inside the software and hardware. So one of the new things we have is we have mesh Wi-Fi capabilities built in now. So what that allows you to do is set up a seamless network no matter how big your home is. So you could use a bunch of these devices and you'll have a single network that you can roam across. That's one thing. The second thing that we're bringing to the Almond 3 as well as the second gen Almonds is voice control using Alexa, which is what runs on the Amazon Echo line of products. You can do a bunch of things with voice control on Almond. You can control smart home scenes. Let's say you got a movie scene that sets the lights to certain dimness and sets the thermostat and turns off certain light. So you could just say, Alexa, tell Almond to set the movie scene, or tell Almond to set the party scene. And you can set home and away modes, which are useful if you're using Almond as a home security system. And the third thing that we'll have very soon is you can block kids' Wi-Fi using Almond. Not everyone's going to like that, but we think that's a pretty interesting interface overall for the smart home, and we'll be doing more stuff with Alexa. And the third thing that we have new here is we actually have a really loud Siren built into it, and most people would think,
why do you need a Siren for the internet?
Yeah, exactly. So the purpose of the Siren is it's programmable, first of all, so you could do lots of things with it, but the primary use case is a lot of folks are starting to use Almond for smart home, and you could set up a DIY home security system. So by pairing a simple door sensor with the Almond, because the Almond has a Siren built in, you have pretty decent DIY home security system, and we wanted to keep the whole thing very simple in terms of how many products you need, number one, and two, also it's a cheaper way to do it, more affordable. So those are the two.
I mean, it's amazing how smart home, you kind of think these things through. You guys started as an internet, bringing routing, making it easier, and now expanded to just allow all this capability. What does this cost?
So right now it's available for pre-order for $119, but we'll start shipping next month. At that time, it'll be $150 for a single unit, and we also sell a bundle. Right now it's $299 for a bundle of 3, but from next month when we start shipping, the bundle will go for $399.
That's still a huge savings. If you have a big house and you need that mesh internet capability, put a couple all over the place and set them up. I mean, I could vouch for this. I have version 1, like I said, and just an amazing, amazing product. If you are afraid to mess with your home networking, this is the product that you need. Very easy, touchscreen, big buttons, tells you what you need to know and gets it done. Ram, thank you so much for joining us. Also, I have the same shoes. I wore them at Infocom. Ben Sherman, love those. Stay tuned, we got more coming up. Live here at CE Week from New York City at the Metropolitan Pavilion. We'll be right back.